together. Let you know what the hell are you thinking. Your life and yours, keep the daylight blinking. Everything's a question of some disguise. Fixing the world while the rest of us keep your heart down, give no matter the pain, building your legacy through blood and rain. Feeling those that fire in your soul. I think I got it. Ariel, how you doing? All right, let's see if we can do this. Yes, yes, yes. Right, I think I got it. KJ! Well, good evening, and how are we doing today? That ain't it, damn it, that ain't it. Get out of that. There it is, right there. We want historical performance. There we go, all dividends. There we go, and there we go. All right. Good evening, everyone. My name is James. This is Dividend Stock Talk, brought to you by the 10-Minute Trader, where I invest in dividend stocks for weekly cash flow. I'm looking for a simple, safe, predictable, consistent 1% per week. Now, I'm only using pre-qualified dividend stocks, and those are companies that are consistently profitable for at least 2 decades. That's 20 years. But what we're going to do tonight, you guys are going to give me some stocks that you like. I'm going to plug in some numbers and see how it looks based on where I'm coming from. I'm 62 years old. I'm retired, which means the money that I create from my trading account actually helps pay for my existence. That being said, let's see who's going on tonight. Who's up for tonight? Tonight. Who do we got? All right, who do we have here tonight? We got Cam, we got KJ, we got Connor, we got Nick, Corey, Robert, Shar, Fred, Tony, the Grinch. Oh, the Gringo. Mike in love. How's it going there, Mike? Chong. All right, Tommy Chong. All right. Wendy D. David, number one, Meowner. Meowner? Okay. Dawn, hustle and motivate. All right. Robert, Eddie E. Mr. Rentals, Agata, Tin Man, Caleb, Pinda, Hussein. All right. Codiego. Okay. Jimbo. Sean Trent. Okay, Sean. Leonard. Steve, Jammer, John. Small Change, Matt, McGill. Okay. Connor, Secretariat. Nice to see you. Houston, Love Glove, Andy Pander, Mike, Sparky. Sind Karma, Steve Fitz. Level Doorless. Okay. Stewie, 7. Z-Man. Palamaka. Okay. JV. What's happened, JV? Jerry, Odom, Luna, Dillix Miller. Okay. Odin. Rad on Doc. Okay. Dead Man Walking. Jay Ways. Dax. Ariel. Nice to see you, Ariel. Thank you. Deddy. Steve. Destroyed. Ray. Sweet Dan. What's going on? Cashy. Jack Bear. Shar. Crypto Olivia. Nice to see you, Crypto Olivia. Julio. Austin. Jay. Frank. Court Sweetheart. Court Sweetheart. Okay. Eliolia. Okay. Here we go. Danny Boy, Chris, Christopher, James. Who do we have over here? Over here. All right, over here we have Harbor Gems, Bert, Redneck Guy, Tom, Fred, Dark, Morph One, 1976 Beamer. Okay. Chrissy Jackson, S. Handal, Angler, Tin Man, Steve, Katie, White Tower. Okay. Esmeralda. Root, George, Ed, Luna, Andrew, Chef Chandler, Toomey Truman, Live Boxing, Tupac, Joe Schmo's in the house, hey, Jay, Grady, Pisar, Den, KD. Wow, a lot of people here tonight. Hello, Stevie. Rams, Chrissy, Ariel, Ken, Adriano. Good evening, everyone. Who do we have down here? Key West. How you doing, Keith? Nice to see you. All right. So you guys are going to suggest some stocks that you like. I'm going to plug them in to the computer, see what it says, and go from there. All right? Who wants to go first? Ant, what's happening? Tashaka. Okay. Nice. All right. We're going to look at MCHF. MCHF. What the hell is that? Oh, wait a minute. We got United Airlines up. Well, let's take a look. It's up, right? TSM. Is that Taiwan Semiconductors? Sit tight. TSM. We'll take a look at it. So, here we go. Take a look at that. Here's the top. Here's the bottom. Here's where it was. Here's where it is. Look at this. Up, down. What's going on right there? I got to get rid of this. All right. Shar, hello. As a non-citizen, can I still invest in the U.S. stock market for long term? Yes, you can. It's a little bit more challenging, though, because you got to open up your account as a non-resident alien. You can do it. You don't have to pay taxes. That's a good thing. KC wants to take a look at Pepsi. I like Pepsi. 5 decades of increased profits. Lucky, nice to see you. Lucky, I didn't see you drop that number, dude. I was going to call you, but... All right, anyway. So I'm looking for the same thing every time I look at a chart. A, B, C, 1, 2, 3. Here's the top, the bottom. Where was it? Where is it? Look at the motion. Okay, what's going on right there? What's going on today? Is today creating something we didn't see before? Well, the last 30 days has us right here It's clear to see 30 days ago we're at 116, jump up to 138. That's a nice move. Drop back down. Here's the bottom, which was Friday. Today is 1 day up. Well, if you like United Airlines, I'm going to write it down as you get 1 day up. UAL, 1 day. 1 day up. All right, that works. Home Depot is down by $15 since your recommended covered call for 40 cents. How are you dealing with it? Okay, so Raj Bala, I don't make recommendations. Someone asked me to take a look at it. I put it up. I went through the numbers, and that's what came up. It's strictly a numbers game. I don't give recommendations. And you want to take a look at Home Depot? Let's take a gander. Home Depot. Okay, interesting. Well, let's take a gander. The high, 430. The low, 290. A year ago, 370. Right now, 333. Look at the motion. Up, down, up, down, up, down. What's going on right there? Well, you got to give me an exact date that I said whatever you said that I said, because here we go. All right. Here's your bottom here, 290. She shoots up to 360. That's a $70 increase. Comes back down, and from here, 330, she jumps up to 355. Now, if I had said anything, it would have been last week, and last week she would have been here at 340, and by the end of last week, it ended up at 350. Okay, I'm not seeing the issue, but here's the thing. Last Thursday, okay, so last Thursday, that's what last Thursday looked like. And that looks almost perfect if you think about it. The high, the low, where was it? Where is it? Look, it shoots up, pulls back, now she's going back up again. That's what it looks like. Now, Home Depot has been consistently profitable for over 5 decades. Okay, that's 50 years. Whether you decide whether or not to jump in or not, that's a you thing. I don't give recommendations. I just plug in the numbers. And from what that looks like a good trade, in my humble opinion. So you should always do your own diligence and then decide, do I like Home Depot? Do I like it enough to put my own money into it? So if you put money into Home Depot, well, last Thursday, we're here at the 345 area. Okay, and if you did last Thursday, the 345 area, the 345s this week are paying 79. Oh, that's horrible. But here's the thing. Not only do you get to collect dividends that increase every single year because Home Depot consistently increased their profits year after year after year, you also have the ability to do covered calls. Well, where we are right now, with Home Depot, she went up a little bit, ended up at 355 as the high on Thursday. Let's go this way. Okay, so here's where we are. Okay, so she went up, hit the top, now she's coming back down again. So remember the part I said, never buy anything unless you plan on holding it long term. So Home Depot increases their profits every single year for the last 5 decades. So if you jumped into it last week and rode yourself a covered call here, picked up 1%, well, great, that's lovely. Well, now you get to do more covered calls as long as you decide to hold it, was next Friday, this week. Okay, so if you did it there and you sold it last week, I have no idea what it would have been last week, depending on what the numbers look. Wait a second, hold on. You said it was last Thursday. Hold on, let's see what we got here. All right, that's Ford, Hewlett-Packard, Ford, AT&T, nope. What do we have here? Home Depot, there it is right there. Okay. Okay, so this is the Home Depot one you said I said last week. Okay. So for 24 of July, which is this coming Friday, had you bought it, it was currently at 343. Okay, you would have said in the 340s, you would have picked up 533, which is 1.6%. Well, lovely. Yeah, it's there from last week. But that doesn't mean it was a suggestion. Covered calls was for next week, this weekend. Okay, I get it. So you made a 1.3%. Fine. Hold on to if now I'm not telling you what to do. I never tell anybody what to do. If I put something up there, it's your own responsibility to do your due diligence. I mean, never listen to some idiot online. That's me. I'm the idiot online that you listen to. Well, I never say it is a recommendation because I don't make recommendations. I said this is what the numbers look like. And as of last Thursday, that's what the numbers looked like. And every day they change. Stocks go up, stocks go down. That's why I always say, well, it's paying 1.6% if you like the company. If you don't like the company, just don't buy it. It's actually that simple. My rules are very easy. Number one, never buy anything you do not want to hold on to long term. If you don't understand it and you don't want to own it, then don't buy it. I say that every single stock that I find that I put up on the board. Great, it looks wonderful. It's paying 1.6%. If you like the company. If you don't like the company, just don't buy it. It's actually that simple. Let's go back there. All right, we're here today. Here's where we are today. All right. So that being the case, well, it is a dividend king. Hey, Hall Paint and Body. Nice to see you. So if you, oh, I had to turn the fan on. It's a little warm in here. If you like the company, great. You don't like the company, don't buy it. Never, ever buy anything you don't understand. And I say that every night, at least 5 times a night. Never buy anything you don't understand. I know you're not a big fan of IPOs, but what about Jersey Mike's announcing going public? What about it? So, Nick, I didn't say I didn't like them. I said I don't invest in them. If you like Jersey Mike's and you think it's a good play for you, hey, all the more power to you. Good luck to you. I just don't do IPOs. I'm at that point in my life where everything I buy has to give me some type of income. So if I bought Home Depot, okay, and I would have done that, what did I say, the what, 340, something like that, for this week? Well, currently they're right down to here. Fine. Well, let's see what happens, because today's only Monday. We got Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So what's going to happen with Home Depot between today and Friday? Okay, because as she went up, she came back down, back up, back down. As soon as she stops and turns around, fine, lovely. Well, you're getting a dividend every 90 days, and that increases every single year. Okay, great, wonderful. Now you also have the ability to do covered calls every single week. Now, if I bought it at 340 and I sold at 340, well, I'm not going to sell the 333s, and it's not going to expire until Friday anyway, so we have to wait until Friday. So just wait. If you like the company, just wait. That's all. All right, what am I looking at next? TSM. TSM, isn't that Taiwan Semiconductors, TSM? TSM. Okay, this one's interesting. Taiwan Semiconductor. Is that right? I need to see that name. It is Taiwan Semiconductors. Okay. Okay, so Taiwan Semiconductors. Here we go. Here's the top. Let's go this way so you can see better. Here's the top. Here's the bottom. She was at 220 last year. Jumped all the way up to 480. That's wait a minute. 220. 440, that's 100%, a little over 100% increase. Topped out at 480, now she's dropping. Let's zoom into it a little bit closer. It doesn't look that great at this moment in time, but take a look. Here's your top, here's the bottom. This is the first day of the upside. Now I like 2 days up, and then on the third day I'll jump in. Not today, because that's just not enough for me. Key West would like to take a look at Max Power Mining. I don't know if it's a good bet. Is that MAX? MAX. No. Max Metal Corporation. Max Power Mining. Is that it? Max Power Mining? Max Power Mining. Okay. Max Power Mining. It's MAXXF. No options, dude. Sorry, it's a no. Lucky, nice to see you again. Always a pleasure, sir. Blueberry. Hello, Blueberry. Okay, so let's keep on going. TSM. Cincinnati wants to take a look at Kohl's. KSS. Kohl's. Ooh, now that one looks interesting. Cause and Nastra. What's happening? Hold on, what do we got here? Good evening, good evening, good evening. Here's Alex. Alex is in the house. All right, so KC wants to take a look at Pepsi. We'll take a look at Pepsi in 1 second. Right now, we're looking at Kohl's. This is one of those companies I do over and over and over again because the numbers just look good. Here's the top at 25. Here's the bottom at 9. Okay, here's where it was. Here's where it is. Look at this. Up, down, up, down, up. So that's definitely going up after that high right there. Let's zoom into that a little bit closer. What do you think? Last 30 days. The high, the low, shoots up. 1750 is going for 31. Well, that's a yes. If you like the company. That's it. That is the key ingredient. Do you like the company? Do you feel safe putting your money into the company? Okay, I don't make recommendations. I pull it up, I show you the chart, I show you the numbers, I do a covered call to see if it makes sense. If you like it, it's a you thing. From there, you have to decide whether it makes sense to you or not. So, let's take a look. Let's get rid of this. Let's jump over to the covered call. There we go. And we want to look at the 1750. There it is. One contract. This is what it should look like. This is what it should sound like. One covered call, Kohl's, KSS. 24 July, that's this coming Friday, 4 days away. The 1750 call option, well, the profit is like $39, but I'm only putting in 1,700. Now, 1,700 on 39, that's got to be at least 2%. Let's see what that looks like. Calculator. So 39 is the profit. The investment is 1711. Divide 1711 comes to a grand total of 2.2. So 2.2 for 4 days if you like Kohl's. If it makes sense. If it's something you think is good for you. It's always going to be a you decision. All right, let's clean up the computer. Let's get rid of that. Get rid of that. Change back to that. Change back to this. And there we go. All right, so first one of the night, Kohl's. We haven't done Kohl's in a while, but there it is. Kohl's. One covered call, Kohl's, KSS. 24 July 26, that's this coming Friday, and we look at the 1750 call option. The profit's only $39, but I'm only putting in 1,700 for 2.2% for 4 days. I do it weekly. I like to buy on a Monday or a Tuesday, and I like to be out on a Friday. Well, if everything looks good and everything works right, I should get 2.2% for this week. And yes, I do like Kohl's. 2.2, and this is Kohl's. All right, we need 4 more. What do we got? What do we got? All right, Casey wants to take a look at Pepsi. Now, Pepsi is just like Home Depot. It's a dividend king. 5 decades of increased profits, and it's over 100 years old. So I'm going to say yes to Pepsi because I like Pepsi. But here's the thing. We're at the bottom for the year. Now, remember I said it takes me 2 to 3 seconds? 2 to 3 seconds. The top, the bottom. Where was it? Where is it? Look at this. Sideways, up, down. We're at the new bottom of the year for Pepsi. Now, am I going to jump into it? Yeah. When it turns around, look at where it is. 30-day high, 30-day bottom was today, 134. There's the bottom. When is she going to turn? Don't know. That's why I look every single day. Because just like a cat or a dog, I like to take care of my money every day. All right. Ariel wants to take a look at Chevron. Now, Ariel, I'm not doing any oil stocks while that crap over in the Gulf is happening because there's just too much uncertainty. Okay? Here's the top. Here's the bottom. Here's where it was. Here's where it is. Look at this. Sideways, up, down, up. Well, that's a nice little jump. Top here, bottom here. Now she's jumping up. We're at 189. The 190 is going for 230. If you think this can keep going. And that's a choice you got to make. Does it look good? Well, it looks interesting. Okay, here's your last 30 days. Okay, we're at 176. We drop to 164, and then we shoot up to 189. Now, I'm not going to do that because I don't buy anything at the 30-day high. I've never heard anybody say, let's buy it at the high. Go, no, you buy low, you sell high. Now, I don't tell people what to do. Ariel, if you like it, hey, more power to you. It's just not something that I would do. I'm 62 years old. I don't take unnecessary risks. And that's what I would call an unnecessary risk. I would like to take a look at Max. We already looked at that one. All right, so let's keep on going. All right, where are we? All right, there, Kohl's. All right, Kaz, can you explain why you prioritize consistent profitability over higher dividends and premiums? Uh-oh. As a matter of fact, Kaz, yes, I can. So Kaz wants to know, can I explain why I prioritize consistent profitability over higher dividends and premiums? Well, isn't higher dividends basically the same thing? I mean, are we talking about higher dividends like higher than this stock or higher than that stock or higher from the previous year? Okay, context and perception. Okay, not context, context. Context. What specifically are you referring to? Are you referring to, well, Home Depot has a higher dividend Pepsi, but Micron has a higher dividend than Home Depot? You mean higher in that manner? Or higher in, well, they had a higher dividend this year, and they look like they're going to have a higher dividend next year. And premiums. Well, premiums, well, yeah, I want to make a certain percentage this week. But the reason why I want consistent profitability is, why would I put my money into a company that's not profitable consistently? Kind of like, you know what? Joe, the boot guy down the street, he wants to borrow money for going into the boot business. All right, great. He's not making any money this year, but with some cash, maybe he will make some money And then he might not make more money the year after. He might make more money. It's uncertain. I like certainty when it comes to investing my money. If the company's consistently profitable, great. I won't put my money there. If the company's not consistently profitable, why? So Kaz, I'm 62. I'm retired. I have no desire to go back to work. I could, but I don't want to. I put in 5 decades. Ariel, is that LLY as in Eli Lilly? No, that ain't right. LLY. It is Eli Lilly. All right. So here's the thing, Ariel. I appreciate your interaction. I really do. But I'm not investing in anything that's $1,100 a share. Because to do one contract on $1,100 a share, that's $110,000 just for one position. Yeah, I'm not going to do that. I don't like buying stocks over $300 or $400. It just doesn't make any sense. Allie, AVGO, AVGO. I'm going to say no to AVGO, and the reason I'm saying no to AVGO is this specific. Wait a minute. No, wait a minute. Okay, wait a second. I got it mistaken for someone else. All right, so here's AVGO. Here's your top. Here's your bottom. Here's where it was. Here's where it is. Look, it's up, down, up, down. What's going on here? 378. The 377s are going for $10. That's over 3%. But what's going on right there? Is that a Allie? What is that? Okay, here's our 30 days. 30-day high, 30-day bottom, shoots back up, back down again, and now we have 1 day. Only 1 day. I write AVGO under 1 day. AVGO. But not this week. Because see, I want 2 days up. Okay, this is Friday. This is today. I want 1 more day up, which will be Tuesday, which means Wednesday I will be getting into that if everything looked good. If everything looked good. All right, so Cause and Astra wants to take a look at Mara. M-A-R-A. Mara on the wall. Do you have money for Cause and Astra? Okay, anyway, here's the top, here's the bottom, here's where it is, here's where it is. Up, down, what's going on here? Another one that has 1 day up from the 30-day bottom. Okay, 30-day top, 30-day bottom, 1 day up. Just 1 day, cause I like 2 days up, and on the 3rd day I'll jump in, but that doesn't look very appetizing at the moment. Which one is this? All right. Okay, let's keep on keeping on. User 156084767 IVZ. What the hell is that? Justice! What was it? What was it? It was Mara, M-A-R-A. Now we're looking at IVZ. IVZ. No. Who came up with this one? All right, user 156. August, September, October, January. Those are months of the year. I don't do monthly options. They just don't work in my favor. Okay? What do we have over here? Over here. All right, we just did Eli Lilly. Yes, did that one. Can you explain? Yep, we did that one. We did that one. We did that one. We did that. Joe Schmo wants to take a look at CL, Colgate Palmolive. Not quite, dude. Okay? Top, bottom, back up, back down. Up, down, up, down. She's coming down at the moment, so no. Sorry, Joe. I have never heard James recommend a stock. He shares knowledge. Thank you there, Joe. Invesco. Yeah, I get it. IVZ. I just looked at it. It's a no. I don't do monthly options. They just don't work in my favor. If it doesn't work in my favor, why would I do it? Think about it. You can go to the best boot store, the best jacket store, and you see a nice pair of boots, a nice jacket, a nice suit, a nice outfit. If it don't fit, I'm not going to get it. It just doesn't fit. That's all. Ryan, how you doing? Ian, Cassie, how you doing, Cassie, Tiga? Can you explain why you probably already did that one, Kaz? Kai wants to take a look at Rocket Labs, RKLB. RKLB. Try it one more time. RKLB. Well, what do we have here? Okay, 30, the high of the year, the low of the year. Where was it a year ago? Where is it now? Up, down. Okay, it's still coming down. We got 30-day bottom, Friday. Today's 1 day up, down, up, down, up. Okay, 1 day. So I'm going to write that one down also. That's 4. RKLB. 4 for Wednesday. Okay. See when? I had 4 last week selling calls on them. This week again, 4. 1,500 in premiums. Dude, nice going. Good for you. See when? CWEN. No. Who came up with that one? Cursed Coffee. August, September, November, December, February. Those are months of the year. I just don't do monthly. They just don't make any sense for me. Justice says, I'm getting better with the 1% premium are helpful. Thanks. Nice going there, Justice. Just keep in mind, never ever buy anything you do not want to hold on to. I don't know how many times I have to say that every night. If it doesn't make sense, just don't buy it. Good for you, Justice. Good for you, Joe Schmo. Ben, thank you there, Ben. Gabe, we just looked at Rocket Labs. Double Barrel Darrell, MFA. Okay, MFA. Okay, did you not just hear me saying I don't do monthly options? Well, I also said never ever buy anything you don't understand. Well, if you don't buy anything you don't understand, why am I looking at this? Because if you understood it, you would know it only has monthly options and not weeklies. I only do weekly options. Monthly just doesn't work in my favor. Andy Brar, what's happening, Andy? Dvorky wants to take a look at, is that Conagra, CAG? It is, Conagra. Ooh, take a look. The high, the low, where was it? Where is it? Down, up, 1464, the 1450 is going for 30 cents. But here's an issue. I got one minor issue with this, Dvorky. Okay? If you're right on the money, the 1450, well, yeah, you can get a nice premium. But if the stock drops, look at this. One strikeout, you're getting 5 cents, which is 1/3%. Not 0.5%, 1/3. And then you're getting nothing. I don't like the zeros because stocks go up and then they go down. When they go down, I still want to be able to collect something. All right, Rob, ONDS. ONDS. What is this? Ondas. What is Ondas? Ondas Incorporated. Ondas. Ooh, same thing. What is this? We have 1 day up, the high and the low. Where was it? Where is it? Up, down, up, down. What's going on right there? It's at 687. The 7's going for 24. Well, that's nice. But zoom into the last 30 days. Okay? Get your 30-day high 30 days ago. She dropped back up, back down. Here's the bottom on Friday. 30-day bottom. Today, 1 day up. I like 3 days. 2 days up, and then on the third day, if it's continuing, then I'll jump in. So I'm going to write this one down. That makes number 5 for Wednesday. I wonder if anybody else is writing this down besides me. Gabe, we already looked at Rocket Labs. The man wants to take a look at SMR. Oh, don't get me looking at SMR. I have some of this. I'm not happy with it. I'm not happy with SMR. Here we go. The top, the bottom. Where was it? Where is it? Look at this. Down, up, down, up. What's going on there? Isn't that 2 days up? Nope, 1 day. 30 days ago. Yesterday or Friday, 1 day up. This is number 5 that we had. No, this is number 6 for 1 day up. Holy cow. SMR. So that's 6 for Wednesday so far. Nice for you, Justice. Noah Bryan, how are you doing today? Noah. Hey, Ruben, did you get that situation taken care of today? Ruben, you got to unmute yourself to speak up. David, nice to see you there, David. Okay, we already did Rocket Labs, all right. Joe Schmo wants to take a look at Kimberly Clark, KMB. Now, if you didn't know, Kimberly Clark is a dividend king. 5 decades. That's 5 decades. That's 50 years of increased profits. Well, let's take a look. The high, 137. The bottom was at 94. Up, down, sideways, up, down. What's going on right there? Let's zoom in, see what's going on. Is this thing going to keep moving or is it not? Okay, 30 days ago, there's the bottom, shoots up, there's the high. Here's your new bottom right there. Thursday was higher, Friday was higher, today wasn't. She went up, she went down, she went up, she came back down again. Could today be an anomaly? I don't know. I like 3 days up. We only get 2. Golden Law Group. Mara has a nice premium this week. Cool beans. Do you buy on Wednesday for the Friday 3 days away? Only if the numbers work. If not, I'll look at the options for next week. Okay? Not this week. Next week. So on Wednesdays, okay, we look for 3 days up because we got, 6 of them that have 1 day up today. So tomorrow it could be 2 days up, and then Wednesday would be 3 days up. So maybe, but depends on what the numbers look like. Eagle 18, can you show the board with all these picks from tonight? We only have 1 so far, Eagle 18. All right, what do we have down here? Key West, yay! All right, Dunk. I got a dunk. Wasn't that that big, huge drunk dude from Crocodile Dundee? You're all the way out here without a gun? What's the matter with you, son? I don't need a gun. I got a dunk. A what? A dunk. You know, that big, huge guy, he comes in with like no teeth. He punches the guy out. If you remember Crocodile Dundee, what was that? The late 80s, somewhere in the 80s. All right. Dunk wants to take a look at AVGO. Broadcom. Okay. Didn't we just look at this one? The top, what's going on there? 3 days up. What's going on there? All right. The bottom, the top, up, down, what's going on there? 378, let's zoom on into that. What does that look like? All right, 1 day up. Okay? Down, up. Just 1 day. AVGO. Yes, we already have that down. We already did AVGO. We already did Kimberly Clark. We already did Mara. Chewy, I'm not quite sure if Chewy even fits on the description. Mike, Do you only buy options? Can you explain how much money one needs to invest? Okay. So, Mike, I don't buy options, I sell options because most stock options expire worthless. Welcome to Ant World. How you doing, brother? Nice to see you again. So, I don't buy options, I sell them because most options expire worthless and it's not something I want to get into. Okay? And how much money you need. Well, nowadays, most of your trading is free and you can do what's called fractional shares. Now, my grandson started out with $100 and my other son started out with $100. We have a little contest, see who can do better. Okay, my grandson or my older son. Okay, so I'm actually investing for my grandson, but my younger son is beating me at the moment. Is what it is. All right, so Vicky wants to take a look at Chewy. Really? Chewy, Chewy. All right, it's actually Chwy. Interesting. If you like Chewy. You ready, Vicky? Here we go. Here's the top. Here's the bottom. Here's where it was a year ago. Here's where it is now. She went down, up, down, up. Okay, so she's bouncing off the 17. Now she's at 22. So hold on. Vicky, do some number crunching in your head for a second. Okay? It looks totally different on 30 days, doesn't it? 17 to 22. 17 to 22 is $5. Well, $5 on a $17 stock is almost 30%. So Vicky, if you bought a month ago at the $17, $18 area and she jumped up 20 to 30%, would you keep it or would you take the profits and run? Well, who said that? Steve Miller? Go on, take the money and run. Okay, Ariel, we already did Eli Lilly. Michael Reese. Rockstar. James King, how are you doing today? Where do you do fractional shares? Robinhood. There's other ones that do fractional shares, but Robinhood is the one that I'm using for my grandson. James King wants to take a look at Archer Aviation. ACHR. Well, no, that's interesting, isn't it? Doesn't that just go freaking figure? I sold the $5 option today, and it's at $5.31. Damn it. Here's the top. Here's the bottom. Here's where it was. Here's where it is. Down, up. Down, up, down, up. She's turning right there, right now. Damn it, damn it, damn it. Now, I say that because this morning, all right, so this morning, she was at 460, and I sold the fives. Okay, so I own it at 550, but I sold the fives for this week. It's okay because I've had it for so long. I've already made my money off of it. Fine. Michael, sit tight for a second. We'll get to that. Where are we? All right, hold on. Okay, we're right here. All right, what do I think about DRAM? Sit tight. Justice, Robinhood told me no. For fractional shares, really? Huh, that's odd, because I do fractional shares for them. All right, so anyway, James King. Now, we only have 1 day up. See, the bottom was Friday, and today's just 1 day. But look at the size of the movement. It went from 460 to 530. So that's not even, it's like 75 cents, something like that. But 75 cents off of a 450, that's 18%. It's like an 18% jump from here to here. That's a big jump. Thank you there, James King. Abu Salim, service now. Okay, one second. All right, so we're not going to do that one. Now I actually have some of this thing too. Okay, here we go. Now, service now. All right, so here we go. The high of the year, the low of the year. Where was it a year ago? Where is it now? Okay, down, up, down, up, down, up. Okay, right here, 104. 104.70 to 105, so you're going for 605. Nice, but let's zoom in. Is it the right time to buy this? I don't know. 30 days ago, we're here. Shoot up the 30-day high. Now she's coming down. What happened today? It's not an update. We still haven't found the bottom yet. So service now is not now. Sorry. Now, the only reason I'm saying that is the top is here and she's dropping. Well, as soon as she finds the bottom and turns around, I want 2 days up, and on the third day I'll jump in. But not today. All right, let's keep on keeping on. All right, you can't hear me? Okay, how can I bill this? I'm not quite sure what you mean by that. Okay. AVGO. Gary Jacobs. This would be easier to watch if it wasn't a mirror image. Well, Gary Jacobs, I'm going to agree with you, okay? But I'm going to also ask you for advice. See, I've been using the selfie iPhone camera along with YouTube, and it always comes out backwards. So I'm asking you, do you know how to invert the camera? All right, let's keep on going. Shaq30 wants to take a look at DRAM. DRAM. All right, well, here's DRAM. Here's the top. Here's the bottom. Here's where it was. Here's where it is. It's up, down, 1 day. All right, the 53s are going for 250. That's almost 5%, but not quite. But not today. Only reason, okay, 30-day high, 30-day bottom, 1 day up. That's it. So yes, we'll write DRAM down for 1 day for Wednesday. Sorry. All right, Dvorky, we already looked at Conagra. Berkshire Hathaway B, no. DX, what the hell is DX? DX. Dynex, no. Who came up with DX? Ezekiel. Okay, Ezekiel. August, September, December, March, those are months of the year. I don't do monthly options. They just don't work for me. Sorry. I sure don't. You know what? Don't feel bad about that, Gary. I've been videoing on YouTube for 15, 18 years, and not a single person has been able to tell me how to invert the camera, other than going through a broadcast service, which I do. So I have 3 YouTube channels. You're just on the one YouTube channel. That's backwards. If you go to the other YouTube channel, that's the correct way, because it looks normal. All right. You're welcome, Ezekiel. All right. Bro, what's the best long-term stocks? Dividend kings, dividend aristocrats, dividend champions, dividend contenders. Anything on Warren Buffett's list. So I can't really tell you the longest, best stock, because I don't know anything about you. Okay, my first question got sent twice. That's my bad. All right, don't worry about it. Allie, we already looked at AVGO. Thomas, that's an interesting way of spelling Thomas. APC. Well, let's take a look at APC. APC. Arco Pete. What the hell is that? Thomas. No options. No thank you. SDTY. Big Daddy. STDY. Steady Med Limited. No options, dude. No options. No thank you. Sorry. Michael D. Robinson. Yo, dude, I haven't seen you in a while. How you been? W-E-E-L. Come on, Mike. You've been here long enough. You know that's not going to work. Ariel, F-Tech. F-T-E-C. Hell no. Come on, Ariel. You've been here long enough for me to give you a hard time about it. Okay? I don't do monthly options. Okay? Rule number 1, Ariel, never ever buy anything you don't understand. If you don't understand it, you shouldn't be buying it. When I say weekly options only, and then you give me F-Tech and it has monthly options, you're missing something. Now, I'm not trying to tell you what to do, but it would help everybody else in the audience because we got 9 cameras, 13 channels. So we're broadcasting on 13 different channels on 13 different platforms. Okay? So to be fair and nice to everybody, let's know what it is you're trying to invest in. If you like F-Tech, great, but it's still a monthly optionable stock, and monthly options just a no. That's a no. Ken Wolfie, what's happening, Ken? Nice to see you there, Ken. All right, let's keep on going. F-Tech's a no. Ooh, Jedi Mind Trick. These are not the droids you're looking for. Is that right? MDT. Medtronics. MDT. Try it one more time. MDT. Now, Medtronics, also good company. What's going on right there? That looks lovely. The top, the bottom, where was it? Where is it? Look at this. Up, down, up. All right, that works good. 83.29. The 83 is going 115. Yeah, I'll do that one. That looks good. But before we do that, let's look at the 30 days. That looks about right. Here's the top. Here's the bottom. Here's where it was. Here's where it is. Look at the momentum. Up, down, up, down, up, down. But it's still going up, or is it coming down? I don't know. Looks like it's going up. Let's look for a better one. Big Daddy, SDT. Did we just do that one, Big Daddy? SDTY. It's still a no, dude. Okay? No options, no thank you. Hey, we already did AVGO. Michael Reese, can you read your list for Wednesday? Real quick, I'm jotting them down. United Airlines, AVGO, Mara, Rocket Labs, ONDS, SMR, DRAM. How many strategies do you have or use, and which is best? Is it all gives 1%? No. Lucky, you got covered calls. Those are good for 1 and 2, 3%. Okay. Energy transfer is going to be a no. Ezekiel, energy transfer, take a look. 0, 0, 0, 0. I don't do those because when it goes down, you can't get anything out of it. Okay. Where was I? Oh. What strategies? Okay, so the covered call gave you 1 to 3% on a weekly basis. Great. Cash secured puts, same thing, 1 to 3% on a weekly basis. Then you got, Blake, I'll take a look at it, JNJ. Then you got the spreads. You got the calendar spreads, which are really nice. You got the debit spreads. You get some credit spreads. You get condors. You get iron condors. There's so many other strategies out there. It's just which one is the safest, which one is most predictable, which one is most consistent. Okay? So you know where I'm coming from. All right? So if you've been here for a while, you know I'm looking for simple, safe, predictable, consistent 1% per week. Well, there's not very many strategies that are as extremely as safe as the covered call. Okay. We did that one. Dennis Mancini, how you doing today? Haven't seen you in a while, Dennis. Nice to see you. Yeah, right. TikTok loves fractional shares. I do too. Oh, so Johnson & Johnson. What do you think? The top, the bottom, she went from 160 to 270. Now she's back down here. Well, let's zoom into that, see if that's really good. All right. What do you think? 30-day bottom, 30-day top. She shoots up, pulls back, back up, back down. What happened today? Johnson & Johnson kind of threw a monkey wrench in for today, so no for today. All right, let's keep on going. What else we have here? Love fractional shares. Oh, boy. AVGO, we already did that one. That was a no. FTech, that was a no. That was a no. Uh-oh. AVGO, can we read that? We did that one. Michael, yep, we did that. Howdy, hey. Casey, how you doing today? I love fractional shares. A scale. Okay. Antoine and Tanya, E-Trade. Okay. Andrew, can you do AMD? Archer, wait a minute, AMD, Advanced Micro Devices? Okay. Oh, here we go. ADM, Advanced Micro Devices. Here's the top. Here's your bottom. She went from 150 all the way up to 600, came back down. What's going on? Let's zoom in a little bit better and see if it makes sense, Andrew. I don't know about you, Andrew, but take a look. 30-day high, 30-day bottom, down, up, down, up, down. Now she's going up, so maybe the 503, well, that's going for 2260. Well, that's a nice number. Let's put that one down too, AMD. AMD, nice. Ooh, Merv Man wants to take a look at Procter and Gamble. Again, Procter and Gamble, over 100 years old. More than 5 decades, increased profits. It should be at the top of your list. Andrew, thank you, you're welcome. What's going on there? That's a no. Why? Let's zoom in a little closer. Your last 30 days, okay, down, up, down, up, down. No to Procter & Gamble this week. Briny Boy, how are you doing? Hector, APH, long at 1478. Let's check it out there, APH, no. Sorry, Hector, I don't do monthlies. August, September, October, November, December, January. Those are months of the year, which means I can only invest in it once a month. Okay, the part where I said weekly cash flow, I need something that trades on a weekly basis. And don't tell me to sit in front of my computer looking at this crap all day. No, thank you. I did that a long time ago. Philip, Oracle. What about AMDY? Okay, sit tight. Hold on. Oracle, ORCL. Now, something's got to give on Oracle. I mean, what is that boy doing? She just keeps dropping. Okay, here's your top. Here's the bottom. Today, here's where it was. Here's where it is. Look at this. Up, down, up, down. It keeps dropping. No, not until she turns around. Now, I like Oracle, I do. But she just keeps dropping. Eventually, the bottom will show up. Andrew, AMDY, AMDY. What is AMD? AMDY. It's a no. Okay, so Andrew, when I sell people, I got 5 simple rules. Rule number 1 is probably the easiest one of them all. Rule 1 is never buy anything you don't understand. When I say never buy anything you don't understand, well, you should know if you're thinking about putting money into it, whether or not it has weekly options or monthly options. So when it says August, September, October, January, those are months of the year. But if it says 24 July, 31 July, 7 August, 14 August, 21 August, 28 August, those are weeklies. There's a huge difference between a weekly option and a monthly option. Besides the obvious, weekly, you can trade it every single week. Monthly, you can only trade it once a month. FL 546, thoughts on Hewlett Packard, HPE. What's going on there? Well, let's dissect it a little bit. Here's the top, here's the bottom, shows up, down, up, down. Nah, it doesn't look that great at the moment, does it? What do you think? The high, the low, where was it? Where is it? Look at this. Down, up, down, 1 day up. That's it. So we'll write that one down with our 1 day up. HPE. That's another halfway decent one. Thank you there, sir. All right, what do we have over here? Okay, APH. Hector, we did that one. That was a no. Rob wants to take a look at Pfizer, PFE. Sorry, dude, just ran out of steam. Okay, 2 weeks ago, we're down here, running up. This week, no, because she went from 23 to 25.50. All right, so that's only $2. That's not even 10%, but still, she went up. Now she's coming back down again. Sorry. Colton, Redwire, RDW, Redwire. No, dude. Okay, now, Colton, when I say never buy anything you don't understand, well, if you understood it, the high was there, now it's dropping like a rock. It was 26, now it's at 8. Let's zoom in. What do you think? No. We got 1 day up, though. The bottom was Friday. Today's 1 day. So we're going to write that on the list also. 1 day up. What is this one? RDW. All right. No Name wants to take a look at NOC. We'll look at your birth certificate. There's going to be no name there. No name. All right. So what's happening here? The top, the bottom. Where was it? Where is it? Look at this. Up, down, up, down. It doesn't look that good. What is that? What does it look like? Well, now that's interesting. Look at that. The top, the bottom. Where was it? Where is it? Look at this. Down, up, down. We got 1. We got 2 right there. Higher highs. Definitely going up. Okay, but it's $523 a share. So the 520s, I go, holy shit. Oh, these are monthlies. Hell no. No, I don't do monthlies. Almost got sucked into that one. I don't do monthlies. Who came up with that one? NOC. Yeah, no. Okay, Philip, we looked at Oracle. Oscar Gomez wants to take a look at Tesla, TSLA. TSLA. No. Wasn't that quick? What do you think, Oscar? That was quick, wasn't it? Let me tell you why. Here's the top of the year, 500. Here's the bottom, 300. Here's where it was a year ago. Here's where it is now. She jumped up, down, up, down. Okay, she's dropping, dropping, dropping. Now, if you like Tesla, give it a little bit of time. As soon as she finds the bottom, she'll turn around and go back up again. I mean, that's what it does. Okay? The top. Here's the bottom today. So eventually, that will go back up again. Just got to keep your eye on it. If you like Tesla, and it's always going to come back to that one question. Do I like this company? And then there's another question after that. Do I like this company at this price? All right, 5046. Even though you talk about selling options about a week out, do you ever sell them further out? Nope. Okay, see, I live 1 week at a time. Okay, I'm not delusional thinking that I'm guaranteed 2 or 3 or 4 Fridays. I'm hoping for this Friday, but there's no guarantee. The older you get, the more you are aware of your mortality. Okay, now I hate thinking that, but hey, it is what it is. You know what I mean? Hull paint. Cisco. CSCO. CSCO. Interesting. Let's take a gander. The top, the bottom. Where was it? Where is it? Look at this. Up, down. Now look at that big gap right there. That gap is going to fill. So I want to stay away from that until that gap fills. Let's zoom into it a little closer. But she does have 2 days up. Here's your top. She dropped, back up, back down. Now here's your 2 days right there. There's your bottom. Your 30-day top, 30-day bottom. Now she got 2 days up. 1, 2. So could this be an opportunity for tomorrow if you like Cisco? Could be. Let's take a look. Take a look at Cisco. Cisco kid was a friend of mine. Long time ago, that song. Okay, so we're at 110 to 111. 111's right there. Okay. Here we go. Cisco. You ready? One covered call. CSCO. Cisco. 24 July. That's this coming Friday, 4 days away. The 111 call option. 232 is the profit, 10,800 is the investment. What do those numbers look like? Well, the calculator put the profit in there, 232, and we divide it by the investment, which is the cost of the trade, including commissions and fees. Well, that's 10,868. 10,868, and that comes to a grand total of 2.1% for 1 week. Nick, are any of your accounts down overall, even if you haven't taken a realized loss? Absolutely. Okay, my main account is down 55%. Yep, you heard me, down 55%. Do you remember the part where I said never buy anything you don't want to hold on to long term? Oh, there you go. I bought stuff and it's down. Do I plan on getting rid of it? No. Do I write covered calls on it every week? Yes, I do. All right, so 2.1%. I like 2.1%. All right, let's keep on keeping on. Wait a minute. I gotta clean this up. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Change that back to this. Go right to there. And let's read this out loud. You ready? What do we have? CSCO, Cisco. One covered call, CSCO. 24 July 26. That's this coming Friday, 4 days away. The 111 call option. 232 is the profit. 10,868 is the investment. And what was that again? What was the investment? 2.1%. Okay. 2.1% for Cisco. $2.1 CSCO. If you like Cisco. Okay. Nick, are any of your accounts down? We already talked about that one. Yes. No, I haven't sold anything at a loss, but yes, I have a bunch of stuff that are down. I mean, it happens. Stocks do two things. They go up and they go down. I'm not delusional thinking just because I bought something, it's going to go up. No. Some of them go up. Some of them go down. NOC. What the hell is NOC? NOC. Monthly, no. I just don't do monthly options. They just don't work in my favor, so I just don't do them. All right, next. Okay, Philip, 888. We already did Oracle. Big German, LCID. Is that Lucid? LCID. Oh, well, imagine that. Okay. Here's the top. Here's the bottom. Here's where it was. Here's where it is. Look at this. Down, up. Down, up. Well, that's a definite mover. Let's take a look. Here's your last 30 days. What do you think? 30-day high, the 30-day bottom. Where was it? Where is it? Look at this. Up, down, up. 7-11. Now, wait a second. Now, she opened a little lower than Friday's close, but she did hit a higher high. And then we went from 250 to 750, which is $5. Now, can you imagine jumping in here at 250 and then she jumped up $5 to 750? Well, that's a 200% increase. Do you really want to jump into it? Think about it. Bottom, she jumped up. More than likely, there'll be profit taking, if that makes sense. Easy Nick, what's going on? Easy Nick, nice to see you. Oracle, we already did Oracle. We just checked out Lucid. We already did Tesla. Tier 1, Nokia. Nokia. All right, Nokia. Where are we? Whoa, ho, 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 whoa, whoa, doggy, whoa. Where am I? Holy cow. All right, right there. Tier 1, Nokia. Let's do this. And okay, Nokia. Oh, no. Ow, ow, ow. The top. The bottom. Where was it? Where is it? Look at this. Up, down. What's going on right there? Is that a new 30-day bottom? Sure is. 30 days ago was a 30-day top. Friday, 30-day bottom. We're 1 day up. Okay, 1 day up. Right, so we have to write that one down. What do we have to do? A dozen of them that have 1 day up? Wow. Okay, Oscar, we looked at Tyler, okay? Taylor, nice. Okay, up. Is there a stock called Up? UP? Yeah, no. Okay, I don't do monthlies. No, nope, nope, no, no, no. What are we liking after hours? How you doing today? 1, 2, 3, 4. Poly Walnuts. MU, huh? Micron. Now, I'm not 100% sure, but I don't buy anything at $865 a share. Sorry, Polly. She was at 13. Now she dropped $500. That's just a little uncomfortable for me. Len. Len wants to take a look at Dell. Hold on. Matt wants to take a look at ALC. ALC. No. Matt, I don't do monthlies. No. Len wants to take a look at Dell. Interesting. Zybit was massive today. We'll take a look at it. Hold on a second. Okay, so Len, you got a gap here, almost filled, back out, back down. I'm not 100% sure what's going on there. Let's zoom on in. Okay, down, up, down, up, down, up, 1 day up. All right, Dell with the 1 day ups. That's what, 13? All right. Okay. 777 ZYBT. What the hell is that? ZYBT. Hell no. Sorry, dude. It just has no options. No thank you. Cesar! James, did you do the morning trade today? I did not find the link. Well, Cesar, we did send you the link. I'm not quite sure if you found it or not. Sit tight. Before the night's over, I'll double check your email, okay? I don't understand how gaps happen. Uh-oh. Hold on. All right, so 777. I don't do companies like that. They're not consistently profitable. You can't get that $1,000% in gains every single week. It just doesn't happen. J-Man, MGK. Vanguard, no. I don't do monthly options. They just don't pay the right amount. No. Yeah, I got it. Okay, so Justice, you don't understand how gaps happen? All right, Justice, let me see if I can explain this to you in a manner which you'll understand. Okay? Now, when you're trading in the stock market, there's like 5 people. Think of it this way. There's 5 people on the dance floor. You're the buyer, the seller, okay? Now, the one person who's the most important is called the market maker. Think of it this way. Think of a corner store. 7-Eleven, Circle K, Quickie Mart, Quick Stop, whatever. You know, the corner store. It's a convenience store. Somebody owns that store. Now, you cannot go to the farm and buy a gallon of milk, but the farmer will come to the store and sell the store owner, a couple of cases of milk. Same thing with bread. You cannot go to the bakery, like Flowers or Wonder or Nature's Own. You can't go to the bakery, to the factory, and buy your bread. It just doesn't work that way. You have to go to a store to buy it. Now, there's what's called the spread, which is the difference between the bid and the ask. Okay? The bid, 86.55. The ask, 88.24. The difference between the two is called the spread. That's what the market maker makes. That's his profit. So when you go to the store to buy a gallon of milk, well, the store owner may pay $3 for it, but he sells it to you for $3.50. Okay, so there's you. There's the market maker. Now you can only buy and sell to the market maker. He sells and he buys from other people also. So you're one person, you got the market maker, and then the other people on the dance floor, well, you have the stock buyers who want to buy and own the stock. And then you have the option buyers who want to buy the option to make a profit. And then there's one more person. There's a speculator. He just wants to buy and sell to make a quick profit. So you get the 5 people. So the way the stock works, let me zoom in so you get a little bit better. Here's a gap right here. Here's a couple of gaps. Okay, let's zoom in right here to be a little bit better. Okay, hopefully you can see that better. A gap is a space between one day and another day. Okay, so she opened and closed, and then she gapped up. Okay, she closed here, and then she opened here, leaving a gap between the two. Same thing over here. Okay, she closed here, opened here, leaving a gap between the two. It's called a gap up or a gap down. Now they happen because of the market maker. Because the market maker, okay, he takes all the information he collects after the day is over, and then he decides what to open the stock for the next day. So there's 5 numbers to remember in the stock market. 5 numbers. You'll see a lot of 5s. A lot of 5s. 5s everywhere. Okay, number 1, you have on a green day the opening price, which is the bottom horizontal line. Okay, that's one. Number two, the closing price, the top of the horizontal line. That's two. Number three, the top of the wick is the high price of the day. Okay, number four, the bottom of the wick is the low price of the day. And then you have the distance between the top and the bottom. That is called the range. So you have the open, the high, the low, the close, and the range. And then finally you have what is called the volume, how many shares are traded. So out of all those numbers, all those 6 numbers, there's only one number that is controlled by one person. The other 5 numbers, that's us, the buyers and the sellers. We buy, we sell, we decide what's too high, we decide what's too low, and then we decide how many shares there are, how much volume there is. We decide all that, the buyers and sellers. Out of all those 6 numbers, there's only one number that is controlled by one person, and that's the market maker. So if the market maker gets good news, he will, from the close of one day, he will go higher and open it higher, creating a gap between the two. Now, there was one the other day, I think it was IBM. I think. Yep, there it is right there. Okay. All right, you ready, Justice? This right here is a gap down. When they get so big, they call them a black swan. When they're so big, because it just shows up out of nowhere. Now, I don't know about you, but I've only seen 2 black swans in my life. Real black swans, you know, the ones swimming in the pond. Yeah, I've only seen 2 black ones. But the reason they call them a black swan, because you don't see them that often. So right here, on this day, Justice, okay, I think it was last Tuesday, okay, she closed at 290. The very next day, she opened up at 228 or 227, something like that. But that huge gap down, now that was caused by 4 little words. 4 little words, Justice. You ready? We missed our target. We're talking about earnings reports. We missed our target. That's it. So the market maker got those 4 little words, little email, little text, or whatever it was. We missed our target. And then he decided, well, it closed at 290. Well, they missed their target. They didn't make their earnings report. So he just took away all that profit from whoever. So the market maker is the one who decides what the stock opens up for. That's it. Everything else is controlled by us. So gaps happen because of the information that the market maker obtains. If it's positive information, he'll push it up. If it's negative information, he'll push it way down. Okay? So I hope that clarifies that. Whoops. MGK. MGK. Who wants to look at MGK? MGK. Whoa, no. Who came up with that one? Jay Mendoza. Okay, I said this before. I don't do monthly options. No, no, no. Okay, TSMC. Is that, wait a minute, TSMC? What the hell is that? TSMC. TSMC. There is no TSMC. There is a TSM, but no TSMC. Joe Schmo, no. Oscar really did Tesla. Micron's a no. Okay. Thank you, DAP. Joe Schmo, MP. MP, what the hell is that? Oh, materials. Okay, right here. But same thing. Look at this. The top, the bottom. Where was it? Where is it? Up, down, up, down. We're at the bottom here. Okay, 1 day up, 30-day top, 30-day bottom, 1 day up. This is what, number 14? Wow. Okay, Michael, we already did Pfizer. How do dividends fit into your calculations? Ooh, I haven't had that question in a while. How do dividends fit into the equation? That's a great question. Of the calculations. Sorry, calculations. All right, so Burlesana. All right, Burlesana. Okay, so Burlesana right here, month of July 2026, all these little green dots, okay, they represents companies that are getting ready to pay their dividend. So there's 4 dates. Okay, Burlesana, very important, 4 dates. Date number 1, the announcement date. Okay, basically the company comes, hey everybody, this is James from Dividend Stock Talk. This is how much money we made this year. This is how you're going to get yours. This is when I'm going to pay yours. This is what we're going to do next year. This is what we're going to do the year after. It looks great. Wonderful. It's just the announcement date. That's all. They're just telling you what's going on in the company. The announcement date. That's date number 1. Date number 2 is the most important date. That is the EX dividend date. The EX dividend date is the last day the stock trades before the dividend is paid out. So if you want to collect the dividend, you have to buy it before the EX date. And the EX date is represented by all these little tiny green dots. Okay, these are all companies that are consistently profitable for at least 20 years. That's why they're on my calendar. All right, so date number 3, the date of record. Whoever owns the stock on the date of record is entitled to the dividend. Okay? Date number 4, that's the payment date. So 4 dates: announcement date, EX date, date of record, and payment date. Didn't answer the question of why they're important or what do they have to do with the calculations. Well, Burlesana, you ready? This is why. Now, let's pick Conagra. Right there, CAG. Conagra. Now, if I like Conagra and I want to collect that dividend, okay, if I want to collect that dividend, okay, here's the announcement date, the EX date, all that stuff. I have to buy it before that date. Okay, that's the 30th. So I can buy it on the 29th, the 28th, the 16th, the 10th, the 1st, the 8th, the 24th, the 21st, any day before the EX date. That entitles me to collect the dividend. But that doesn't tell you why it's important. Okay, if here's the dividend, the stock, ready? This is the important part. Stocks, dividend stocks, have a tendency or a predictable pattern of going up in price just before the dividend date. Okay? Dividend up, dividend up, dividend up, dividend up. Stocks have a tendency to go up just before the dividend is paid. So, as companies I like, I stick them into the calendar, and these are the stocks I'm looking at in the first week of July. These are the stocks I'm looking at the last week of July. These are the stocks that are having the dividends this week. The reason why dividends are used in the calculations is because the stocks go up just before the dividend is paid. That's one of the major keys to know when a stock's going to move. That way I can jump into an easy trade, get in, get out, grab 1%, and Bob's your uncle. All right. Okay. 777. Understandable, just penny stocks. Yeah, I don't do penny stocks, dude. But, thanks for your input. What's your top 3 investments in your opinion, or do I have to pay to get information? All right, no, you don't have to pay for that information, 777. My top stocks: Dividend Kings, Dividend Aristocrats, Dividend Champions, Dividend Contenders, and anything on Warren Buffett's list. That's about 350 different companies. Now, I check once a week. As of yesterday, there was, I'm going to write this number down for you guys to really grasp it. Okay. Yesterday, we checked, there is 11,497 companies to choose from. That's a lot. But I'm only looking at about 350 of them. And the reason for that is there's only about 350 that are consistently profitable year after year after year after year. So hopefully that makes sense. Hit the wrong button. Okay. So hopefully that made sense. Who said that one? Burlasana, okay? Justice, that made sense. All right, cool. Okay, got it. Okay. Tamiko, we already did Oracle. I remember that. Okay. Thank you. You're welcome. Dwayne, what's a solid stock that pays good dividends? Dividend Kings, Dividend Aristocrats, Dividend Champions, Dividend Contenders, anything on Warren Buffett's list. All right, down here. We already did Cisco. Do you do live trading on Mondays? I don't see the link. Yes, we do live. Caesar, what are you doing there? You have access to live, which is over there. So, yeah. Check with me. DM me your email, just so I can cross-reference with the list to make sure your email's on that list. Growth investor, which company has given you the most return in your life? I'd have to say Walgreens. I did it for 18 months. Wait a minute, but US Steel gave me plenty also. No, is what it is. eBay. Somebody wants to take a look at eBay. We haven't looked at eBay in a while. eBay. What do you say for eBay? Ooh. Okay, eBay. Here's the top. Here's the bottom. Here's where it was. Here's where it is. Look at this. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Okay. There's your days right there. 114. What does that look like? Let's zoom in. Wait a second. The 114 is going for 188. All right, that works. Last 30 days. Well, that's easy to see. 30-day bottom, 30-day top, new bottom, 1 day up. So eBay falls into that category of 1 day up. eBay. We'll be taking a look at that on Wednesday also. Okay, Michael, we already did Pfizer. We already did Tesla. We already did MB. We already did that one. Okay. TSM, we already did Taiwan Semiconductors. MU, we already did that one. That was way too much. How do dividends fit into calculations? We already did that one. CRCL, isn't that circle? CRCL. Holy cow. We got like 2 or 3 minutes left, and we only found 2 for tonight. Holy cow, Lita. Same thing. It's like almost every stock we found tonight has 1 day up, and that's today. What's my rule number 2? Rule number 2 is never sell at a loss. Okay, CRCL. CRCL. Let's keep on keeping on. Got to make the best of. Hello. Which company was the last stock we saw? CRCL. Circle. Jimenez. Can we look at MGK? What the hell is that? MGK. Vanguard Micro. No, I don't do monthlies. Come on. No. ASTA. John. ASTS. What do we got here, John? Okay. Has a little gap. Here's a good place for a gap right there. The top, the bottom. Where was it? Where is it? Look, it's down, up, down, up, down. What's going on there? The 57.42, the 58 is going for 4%. Is that right? Last 30 days. Where's she going next? Okay, down, up, down, up. The gap's right there. That gap's going to fill. We have our 2 days right there. Okay, Thursday was the bottom. Friday is 1 day up. Today's 2 days up. We need one more day right around the 58.59. If she goes back up tomorrow, that's a yes for me anyway. Well, let's take a gander at it. Covered call. The 58 right there. And here we go. You ready? One covered call, ASTS. 24 July, that's this Friday, 4 days away. The 58 call option, look, the bid is 57.90, the ask is 58. So if I buy it at 58, sell it at 58, most of you are thinking, well, you're not making any money. But I am, because I'm collecting the premium, and the premium is whatever the hell the premium was. But my profit's 258, my investment is 5,000. Let's see what that looks like. Calculator, if you please. Gonna need the glasses for that one. All right, 258 is the profit. My investment, which is cost of the trade, including commissions and fees. Oh, 55. Wow, can't bend that far. All right, so divide 5542. 5542 gives me a grand total of 4.6. So 4.6% for 4 days. If, so I got to say this every night, and I don't know why, but if and only if you actually like the company. Never, ever, ever, ever buy anything from a tip. Do your own research. Double check. Is it a good investment? Is it worthy of your money? It's always going to be that question. Do I like this company? Well, this one's paying 4.6% for 4 days. If you like it, do your research. Don't just blindly buy anything because it looks good. No, 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 no. Karakram, dude, I haven't seen you in a while either. How you doing? Nice to see you. All right, let's get rid of this. Let's get rid of that. Let's go right there and no, right there and right there. And his number 3 for the evening. Uh-oh. Haha. No. And there we go. One covered call, ASTS, 24 July. The 58 call options, 4 days away. 258 is the profit, 5,500. Now remember, anytime you put money into anything, there is going to be a risk. Well, you need to ask yourself, is there more risk of you doing your own money, or is there more risk on you giving your money to someone else and letting them doing it for you? Because when you get to my age, 62, and retired, well, you don't have to retire at 62. You can retire at 72. You can retire at 68. You can retire at 42. It doesn't really matter. But when you retire, you get 2 choices and only 2 choices. That's it. Growing up in the 60s, it was okay. But we had 2 choices, chocolate, vanilla. That was it. I actually remember when they came out with strawberry. I do. I'm talking about ice cream. Okay? Yes, I know depending on where you live. But where I lived, well, our choices was chocolate or vanilla. That was it. That's it. Chocolate or vanilla. I remember distinctly when they came out with strawberry. We were so excited because there were strawberries inside the strawberry. It was great. All right, so as I was saying, when you get older and you retire, you get 2 choices and only 2. Learn to do it yourself or give up accountability and give it to someone else to do for you. There's nothing wrong with it because we're all different. Some people just, no, thank you. And if you have enough money to do that, well, good for you. If you don't, now I don't have enough money to give it to someone else to do it, so I had to do it myself. Okay, I'd still be working if it wasn't for my 9-year-old daughter saying, Daddy, can you teach me? Okay, what do we have down here? Oh, what was this one? 4 point what? 4.6. Yeah, 4.6. Okay, 4.6. Gotta love that. 4.6. And this one is wait a minute, what is it? ASTS. That's number 3. I don't think we're going to come up with 4 because we're already past 10 o'clock. We're going to go for just a little bit longer. I'm going to open up the phones if anybody wants to call. Okay? So let's do this. You ready? 727. What is it? 543? 543. 9418. 9418. I don't know. Can you see that? Oh, holy cow! You can't see that. Oh well. The phone line's open if you want to call. Let me get rid of this. All right. Try it one more time. This time we'll do it on something you can read. 5 has stopped. Alrighty. Next, SMR, we already did that one. ASTS, we already did that one. MKG, we already did that one. Bull, Austin, Bull. Was MSC one day? What the hell is MSC? MSC. Oh, MSC was a hell no. Okay? No options, no thank you. PDAC, what's happening? Bull. Austin wants to take a look at Bull. B-U-L-L. Now, Bull hasn't been around long enough, but look at that movement. That looks kind of nice, doesn't it? Okay, the high, the low, where was it? Where is it? Look at this. Down, up, down, up. It's definitely going up. 769. Oh, phone call. Mountain View, California. Come on down. You're the next contestant on Let's Make You Squeal. Hello.
Hello, this is Justice. How you doing?
Justice, how are you?
I'm doing great.
Well, that's wonderful.
Just 2 quick questions. So the one I know the MSC. I don't know what the ticker is. It was in between Dell and in between eBay for one day. What is that ticker in between those 2?
Between Dell and
eBay.
eBay?
You wrote them down as for one day.
Oh, okay. MP.
Oh, MP?
M, as in Mary Poppins.
Okay. And the other question, so when you were talking about thank you, that explained a lot about those regarding the 4 criteria for the dividends, how does it help to increase, the profit? So when you say you buy, which I understand that, before the X dividend date, how far in advance or how little in advance do you do any trading? Is that 2 days or 1 day before or what?
2 weeks on a Monday.
2 weeks.
Okay, yep.
Okay.
Hold on. All right, you see where Conagra is right there on the 30th?
I can't.
Okay,
It won't let me. It disconnected me from the live once I called.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, all right. So Conagra has their dividend on the 30th. 2 weeks ago, 2 weeks prior on a Monday would be on the 13th, would have been last Monday. If I really like Conagra, I would take a look. What does the stock look like it's going to do? I always go 2 weeks prior to the dividend, always on a Monday. Because Mondays you're going to get the highest rate of return on a weekly option, Monday to Friday. You can't get any more complete for a week than Monday morning to Friday afternoon.
Okay. So I get that. And then, but a little bit confusing was you say, okay, that's the X dividend date. As long as you buy in, then you're in. But you also mentioned that, after that date, the direct date after that.
There's 4 dates. There's the that's the announcement date. That's just when they tell you what's going on.
Right, I got
Okay,
Yeah, I'm
then
fine with that.
then there's the EX dividend date. That's the
Got
important
that
date.
one now.
Okay.
Mhm.
After that is called the date of record.
That one.
All right. Now the date of record. If you remember back in the old days, when I'm talking old days, I'm talking the 1800s, 1700s, 1600s. Okay.
Yes, I remember. I remember those days.
Yeah. Okay. So literally, they took the book. And they took the book and they walked into the payment department and said, "Here you go. Here's the registered owners of the book." And everybody in that book would get a check. Okay, now it's all electronic, so it's a different story. But in the old days, because the stock market's been around since the 1600s. So if you bought a stock, your name went into a book, and on the EX date, on the date of record, say, all right, she owns the stock, she gets a check.
Oh, okay, okay. So you're able before the X date, you own it, and then your money is dispersed on that record date.
No, there's
No.
4 dates. The announcement date's when they tell you what's going on. The EX date, the last day the stock trades before the dividend is paid. Okay, that's kind of like, I'm sure you've been to the store, said we're open 9 to 5, and you show up at 5:02. Well, you're locked out. You show up at 8:50.
Right.
You show up at 8:58. You can't get in until 9 o'clock. Okay, so it's like the cutoff. So if you want the dividend, you got to buy it before the EX date.
Right. I know.
And then you have to hold it past the date of record.
Oh, okay. So that's when it's recorded, and then the payout is after that. The last.
Exactly. Date number 4 is the payment date when you actually get a check.
Oh, okay. Great. All right.
That makes sense?
Thanks so much. I got it. Thank you.
All righty. It's nice to hear from you. You've been here for a while. I'm thinking, I remember her.
Yeah, I've been doing a bit. I've been doing them every week, but some things here and there I kind of miss some information. So it turns out a little bit different, but I'm nearly there.
Okay, take your time. Never buy anything you don't want to hold long term. Okay, always
there was a couple of things that ended up long term, but the what do you call it? The premiums.
Yeah.
The premiums still paid out, still did all right for me, so that's fine.
Well, that's a good thing. That's like AT&T. I love AT&T. If I buy AT&T today for $20 today, and I sell someone the right to buy it from me for the same price I paid for it, fine. I don't care. I'm just looking for the profit. When AT&T jumps up and drops, all right, fine. I'll get rid of it, and then when it comes back again, I'll buy it again. I like stocks, and I'll buy the same ones over and over and over again because I like them and I want to own them. I just can't own all of them all the time.
Right. No. And also by doing that, I'm narrowing down my simplicity of it.
Oh, I hate that idea, making it simple. Don't you want it to be complicated?
No. I've got other things to get on to. I need to have this simple. I got to get the 10 minutes in for on Monday and be good for the week. That's it.
Now, do you check it every day?
Of course. I mean, I do check things. That's
Wait. All right. After you bought something, well, let's say a Tuesday and Wednesday, how long does it take you to open up your account saying, what did I buy, what did I sell, where's it going, what should I do? How long does it take you to do that for all the...
It doesn't take long because I set alerts to alert me, and I go in right away when I see the alert. So.
Well, that's a good thing. So you're getting it done under 10 minutes, right?
Yes.
That's awesome.
Yes, I am.
I will let my daughter know. Actually, her birthday was yesterday, but she's the one who created the whole thing. I'll let her know. Say, hey, Justice called and said thank you to you.
Oh, yes, I do.
Well, good for you, my dear. I hope it keeps working out for you. Keep chiming in.
It is.
Yep, keep chiming in. Keep. Oh, wait a second. You got to keep on keeping. I forget who wrote that song. Got to keep on keeping on. Got to make the best of. Anyway, so was there anything else, Miss Justice?
No, that catches me up for now.
Outstanding. You have yourself a lovely day, and thanks for calling in.
You too. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, so let's go back to bull. Now, bull, I'm going to add this to the list also because your 30-day bottom here shoots up. Here's the 30-day top, gap down, okay? Then we have a new bottom here because you go up, back down. Here's a new bottom. We got 1 day up, and that 1 day up already filled the gap. So can it keep going up? Of course it can, because that's what stocks do. Pull back for a little bit. Check this out. Okay? Look at the high of the year. The high of the year is way up here, and the low of the year is way down here. We have all that room to move. Well, I like it. You either like it or you don't. Now, did I write it down? Ooh, I got to write it down. Got to write it down. All right, so we're going to take, anyone else want to call in? Other than that, we're going to call it a day. Wait a minute, did I say bull? Oh, wait a minute, let's do bull. Yeah, bull, bull. Okay, let's get rid of that. Covered call. 8 right there, the 8. Here we go. Bull, bull. 1 covered call, bull, B-U-L-L. 24 July, that's this coming Friday, 4 days away. The $8 call option. Well, the stock's at 760 to 771. Okay, 8's not that bad. If they had a 750, maybe I'd do that one. But anyway, $44 is the profit. I know it's not a lot, but look, it's only $756 for 1 contract. So let's take a look. I can't do. What's happening, I can't do? How are you today? All right, so calculator, if you will, clear that. We had a profit of 44. And we're going to divide it by 756. I need the glasses to see that close. 756. 756 gives me a grand total of 5.8. 5.8 for 4 days. Bull, bull. Here we go. Oh, let's clean this up. Get rid of that. This is number 4. Can't believe we haven't found a 5th one yet. Do we really want to quit, or do we need to find number 5? Whoa, whoa, ho! Where did everything go? Damn it. RCO, that's last week. Coal, that's this week, right? Yep, that's it. And here we go. And one covered call, bull, 24 July, that's this coming Friday, 4 days away. The $8 call option, well, 44 is the profit, 756 is the investment. What was it, rate of return again? 5.8. Wow, 5.8? 5.8 is great. What do you think of 5.8? 5.8. B-A-U-L-L. That's 4. We need 1 more before we call it a night. 1 more before we call it a night. What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? MKG. We already did that one. LRCX. Ouch. Okay, wait a second. Hold on. Kai, Jose, and Len wants to take a look at Hood. Hood. What does Hood look like today? Hood. H-O-O-D. Hood. Nope. That's just plain no. Look at it. Drop. All right, SMR, we already did that one. MGK, we already did that one. We already did Bull. ASTS, we already did, oh, look at this one. Poly, Polly Walnuts wants to take a look at CNQ. CNQ, Polly. Polly. Ooh. What are we doing here, Polly? You ready? The top of the bottom. Where was it? Where is it? Look at this. Up, down, up. That's a lot of up right there. Let's zoom in and see if that can keep on going. Keep on keeping on. Got to make the best of a bad situation. Now, see, this one's going to be a purely you thing if you think this is good. Me, I don't buy anything at the 30-day high. Sorry. Polly Walnut, Shopify, SHOP. Same thing, Polly. Whoops. I'm not quite sure, Polly, but check it out. The bottom. I don't buy anything at the top. It just doesn't make any sense. Oh, check this out. Moonbeam wants to take a look at Wally World. Where's Wally World? Didn't work. And show how you adjust the one that you carry forward for next week. Ooh, SCHD, hell no. SPY, double hell no. Okay, SPY, Nike. Andre wants to take a look at Nike. Oh, wow, I missed all these. Yeah, we did KTOS yesterday. U.S. Senate vote on the Clarity Act. The key legislation action is expected this week. Thank you there, Mr. Muhammad. Okay, so Moonbeam wants to take a look at Wally World, WMT. No, check that out. Okay, 30-day high, 30-day bottom. She went up. We missed it. That was 3 weeks ago. Now she's dropping. No to Wally World. Sorry. LCOD. Michael Reese. What is that? LCOD? That's a no. Okay. Little Grinch. We already looked at Hewlett Packard. Martin Ryan, thank you. True Compounding, way to go. SPY is a hell no. KTOS we did yesterday. GOOW, what the hell is that? GOOW, it's a hell no. Uh-oh, Griffin, AGI, hell no. Lumen, 2 times, LUMN, Lumen. Interesting. Not going to be a yes, but look at what she's doing. 1 day up. Okay, let's go to the list of 1 day up. LUMN. Stephanie, how you doing? Dwayne, Mr. Muhammad, electing the board of directors. Okay. Andre, if instead you're asking whether IP, international paper stock, could be affected by the government vote. International paper? Or are you talking about intellectual property? Well, because international paper doesn't look that good. The bottom shoots up, now she's coming down. Simple. SCHD, hell no. Andrea, Nike, NKE. No. Same thing. Down, up. It's coming down now. Nike. Tamiko, LRCX. Now, I jumped into LRCX hoping it was just a 1 week trade. Well, 3 weeks later, I still have it. Because when I jumped in, it was right around here, and then she just jumped up. Now she just dropped. And it's like, now I'm stuck way up here. I was like, damn it. But, it is what it is. Never buy anything you do not want to hold on to a long term. And LRCX has great options. It does. And premiums. It does. But, as you can clearly see, she jumped up. Now she's back down. 1 day up right there. LRCX. Gurpreet. What's happening? LRCX. Wow. No to SCHD. Hell no. Sky Bengal, nice to see you. NTR, Polly, NTR. No, look at that, Polly. You missed it like 2 weeks ago. You bought them, she jumped up, now she's coming back down again. You got to remember, what goes up usually comes back down again. Ooh, Jeff Schmidt. I said a M-O-S, a T-E-R, a G with a double E. I go by the unforgettable name, the man they call Master G. No. Sorry, dude. Went up, now she's coming back down again. Sorry, Jeffy. Jeff. Didn't work. Show the adjustment. Now, okay, Tamiko, we already looked at now. Ooh, Taz wants to take a look at Ford. Didn't we look at Ford the other day? We did. Okay. Ford looked good because she was going up.
James, you are the winner of the lottery. Congratulations, handsome.
Well, thank you kindly. I won the lottery. Yay for me. Okay, JLEX, QQQ's not consistently profitable. It's going to be a no. Andre, we already looked at international paper. No. IBKR. Ooh. What is that? IBKR. International brokers. Is that what it is? International brokers. Up, down, up, down. One day up. That's all there is. Yeah, interactive brokers. Same thing. Andrea, we already did Oracle. Izzy Cat. For calling it a day up, are you using the closing price or the average price for the day? Izzy Cat, that's a good question. Normally what I'm looking for is higher highs and higher lows. That's it. Okay? There's a bottom yesterday at 88. So today the bottom's at 91. And we got all the way up to almost 94. So I'm looking for higher highs and higher lows. That make sense? Rodman, third choice spread it across index funds. Hell no. I haven't seen a single index fund that's consistently profitable. User 225544. Hey, you're back again. I remember that number. 2244. Wait a minute. 225544 1285522. I remember that number. You were here a couple of weeks ago. You showed up like 3 days and then you disappeared. But you want to take a look at STZ. Constellation, is that right? STZ Constellation. Ooh, check that out. That's definitely going up right there. Check it out. The top, the bottom. Where was it? Where is it? Down, up, down. That's definitely going up. 134.36 to 135s are going for 165. Hell yeah, let's do that one. This is it, number 5. Covered call, there we go, and we are at 138, so we're going to do the 130, not 135s, wait a second, 134s, we're going to do the 135s right there. Okay, 135s, let's do this. 135s, there it is, there we go. Number 5, here it is, one covered call, Constellation Energy, STZ, 24 July, it's 4 days away. The 135 call option. My profit's 251. My investment's 13,000. What do the numbers look like? Glasses. Gonna need the glasses. Here we go. 251 is the profit. Divided by the investment, 13,249, and that gives me a grand total of 1.9% for 4 days if you like Constellation Energy. I don't know how many times I got to say it. If you like this company, rule 1 is pretty firm. Never buy anything that you do not like and you do not want to hold on to because it just doesn't make any sense. Never buy anything you don't want to hold on to long term. And they will go down. And they will go up because that's what stocks do. They go up and they go down. You're going to buy something, it's going to drop. You're going to buy something, it's going to go up. That's just the way it works. And if you don't do it, you're giving your money to someone else, and they're going to do it for you. All right, 1.9, okay. This is it, the last one for the day. This is it. This is it. Tra-la-la. Righty. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Go back to here. Go to here. And that's it. Well, let's take a look. Number 5, Constellation Energy. There we go. One covered call. STZ, Constellation Energy, 24 July. That's 4 days away. This coming Friday. And it's the 135 call option. 251 is the profit. $13,249 is the investment. Now, always ask yourself a question. Do I like this company? Does it make sense? Do I like this company at this price? Can I see myself buying and owning this long term? All right. Cesar, I'm going to take a look at that email address and make sure it's in the, what do you call it? In the book. All right. So that's it. That's our 5 for the night. Okay, see if we have any other questions. Ooh, Kai, I like Lowe's. We'll take a look at that one tomorrow. Okay, Radman, I don't do index funds that are just not consistently profitable. Unless you know of an index fund that I don't know of, well, then we have a choice. All right, all right. Bad music. La 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 la. Alejandro, how do you pick the stocks? Oh, that's an easy one. I pick my stocks for those companies that are consistently profitable and have weekly options. There's about 350 of them. Consistently profitable and have weekly options. Kai, we'll take a look at Nike. It was a no for this week. Justice, do you buy 100 shares extended hours then cover? No. I buy at the market. See, at the market is I want it now. I don't care what the price is. Now, some people want to do a limit order. I like it. I want it for this price. I don't want to pay any more. Intel, Wicked North. We already did Intel today. Thank you. Have a good night. Tamiko, thank you. Justice, you got it. Thank you. You're welcome. All right. What else we got? All right. GLW. Isn't that Corning? Look at that tomorrow. Eagle, Verizon, tomorrow. Meredith, that's so sweet of you. UNH, University of New Hampshire. James, how long are you doing Saludas? I don't think I ever even bought that. I've never even heard of that one. Help Run, Mo. Let's take a look at that one. Another. Sugar Hill Gang. Oh, I like that one. SPY, thank you. No, I don't do SPY because it's not profitable consistently. Help Run, we already did. Mara. Broski, Redwire, we already did that one. What's that? Porcellini. Oh, interesting way of spelling it. Help Run. TE testing swings high, stayed pretty much at the FVG today. Which way think will go tomorrow? TE. What the hell is TE? TE. Oops. Let me get rid of this thing. What was STZ? 1.9. What? 1.9. All right. All right, that's it. All right, what else do we have? I have no idea what that says. STZ is Constellation Energy Brands, not energy. Oh, okay. Think beer. Ooh. All right, so TE, I have no idea what this is, but it has 1 day up. Okay, I'll write that down on the list for Wednesday. And we'll take a look at it again on Wednesday because you got the 1 day up right there. Okay, Oscar Gomez, SPY is not consistently profitable. Alibaba and Baidu, we'll take a look at it tomorrow. Johnson & Johnson, we looked at it already. Adam, we'll take a look at NVO tomorrow. And I think that's it. Oh, wait a minute, I guess I'm down here. eBay. Nokia is coming up as an EX date. It should be going up. Yep, probably. Ooh, Noah, Kinder Morgan, I like that one. Since your account is down 55%, what do you do to maximize your premium? I like to go, depending on the company, 4 to 5 strikes out of the money. So with all the positions that I have and them being down, being down 55%, I'm barely making my 1%. Barely. RVI, Liv, nice to see you. What do you mean when you say 1 day up? Ooh, that's a good question. What do I mean when I say 1 day up? You're going to feel a little silly on this one. All right, you ready? You ready? Who came up with that one? Oscar, you ready? Okay. Okay, you see what the price is right there? 1 day up. See right here? 1 day down. 2 days down. 1 day up. 1 day up. It just all depends where the stock is. Okay? So look over this side over here. Here's the bottom right there. That is 1 day up. That is 2 days up. That's 1 day down. That's 1 day up. That's 1 day up because it's a higher high, higher low. This one is a higher high and a lower low, so that's going nowhere. So when you find the bottom, I'm going to do this. Okay. Okay. When you find the bottom right here, I mean, that's the bottom. I mean, there's nothing else lower than that one. That's the bottom. This is higher. A higher low and a higher high. That's 1 day up. Higher low, higher high. That's 2 days up. Okay, not that one. That one's down. This right here would be the 3rd day up. That's where I would have jumped in. Bottom, 2 days up. On the 3rd day, I'll jump in, which is this day here. Skip that one right there because it was down. So 1, 2, 3. That's where I jump in, right there. But that's my rule for me. All right, that being it, you guys have a early day, and we'll do this all again tomorrow because the sun will come out. Oh, I like the comments you show on your channel. America's beautiful country, very helpful people. Each one teaches one. God bless. Yeah, awesome. Who was that? Key West, nice to see you. Kim, nice to see you, Kim. Raz, do you sell your calls to give strikes out of the money? Do you buy your initial covered calls at the target money or just in the money? It's always going to be a numbers game. Where's the stock moving? This one went up, down, 1 day up. So I'm going to write that one down. We already got it written down. But I like to follow the flow of the money. Where's the money going? Who's buying? Who's selling? They have an old saying, the trend is your friend right up to the end. So if you see here, see it's going up, 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 and then she turns around and goes down, 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 until she finds a bottom, turns around, goes back up again. They go up, they go down. That's it. Up, down, up, down, up, down. The best thing to do is just keep an eye on it and jump in at the right time. Excellent show, broski. Thank you. Good night, Cam Cam. Nice to see you. What about JEPC, JP Morgan monthly dividend? Hell no. Check out the numbers. Matter of fact, come back tomorrow and I'll show you what the numbers look like. You're not going to be happy. You're not going to like it. That being said, you guys have a great night. Let's do this. Yeah. Fixing the world while the rest of us sleep. Your heart said I'm giving, no matter the strain. Building your legacy through love and rain. Fueling those that fire in your soul. Your kindness so broken heart. You got no one says you never think you can come away. Got to know what the hell we need in life. Thinking I keep the daylight breaking. Every day's a question, always in life. With tears in the storm, we can never die. Every time you say with the wind and the wind, but the podcast is rolling, pulling us in. Your complicated love, your kisses, your guide. Starting to swim with vision and pride. Who is here? Who is your spark? You weren't even paying attention. The hell were you thinking? Your life is beyond, keeps the daylight blinking. Dream never die. Tethered light still flying high. You kiss the stars.